Hello, everybody. Um, Scott here from Warren Area Society of Paranormal. I am broadcasting on 3 different platforms tonight: Facebook, YouTube, and for the first time for the group, Twitch. So, forgive me if I ramble on a little bit, with not sure what to say or what to do, but the whole purpose of this is to kind of introduce us to everybody. A lot of you guys will probably know that we are a small paranormal group from Warren, Pennsylvania, but outside of that, you probably don't have no clue who we are. So I'm Scott. I'm one of the co-founders, and you'll see me looking up because that's where my screen is. So forgive me for that. But we started off with just me and Lee, and we had the idea that we wanted to start a group, but wasn't quite sure how to do it. So we kind of kicked around the idea a little bit and put it out there on Facebook and contacted the other founding member, Angel, and we agreed to meet up. Boy, it's hard to talk about your past. So we decided to meet up at Burger King and start up our little group after with that. Hi, Christine. Yes, I shaved and haircut and all that. But so we Angel met us in November 2010 at Burger King in Warren, and she did a real smart thing. And I suggest if you're ever going to be meeting somebody for the first time online, you do something similar. She made sure that her husband Jason came along with her because she was meeting 2 guys that she didn't know from anybody. So she so we met up at Burger King and decided at that point that we would try to become a paranormal group for I think we set a goal for 3 months, and at 3 months, if we weren't happy with everything, we would just part ways. But that's been 10 years ago, and here we are today. We're still going strong. Along the way, we picked up several members. Ursula, who we love and miss dearly. She passed away not too long ago. It's been a while now. And she introduced us to a couple current members who are just adorable and wonderful additions with Dale and Missy. Dale is our spiritual advisor, and Missy is his wife, who keeps him grounded, especially when he's talking. Usually we have him come up and talk during these kind of things because, well, he's got the gift of gab. Online, I'm a little more nervous. So we been going strong for 10 years. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I should be able to see. As you see, I'm pointing over. So sorry, I'm kind of rambling on. So after 10 years, I don't see no signs of quitting yet. I know I've been doing a lot more things on my own lately, but that's because with the coronavirus and real life stuff coming up is making it so it's harder to find investigations, as I'm sure plenty of people know. Yeah, I keep drawing a blank on what I want to say. Yeah. Thanks for the thumbs up. Appreciate that. So I definitely invited the other members to join, and hopefully they do, so that way I'm not stumbling through so much. But until then, I'll keep rambling on. Our intentions with these channels is to keep providing videos and content for y'all to enjoy. Well, we learn and explore new ways to help those out that may need help in the paranormal world. As well as doing social media platforms, we're hoping to earn a couple dollars so we could buy more equipment, video cameras and such, to where we could do just new ways to investigate. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to have high-end equipment and such, cell phones and such. Thanks, Matt. Clean video, clean shaved. Yes. Haircut, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, so you don't necessarily need the high-end equipment and such. I mean, we've gotten evidence with just a bell on a string on a doorknob that's made a difference. I don't know if anybody's watched on Twitch. If you are, can you make a comment or something so we know it's working for all three? Right now we are broadcasting to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I've seen on the comments that Facebook is working and YouTube is working, which is wonderful. So if you have any locations that are kind of in the Pennsylvania area that you'd like us to check out, always feel free to message us. Our email is wasp@yahoo.com. You could always, thank you, Matt. You could always contact us through Facebook. Leaving comments on our videos on YouTube also works, and whatnot. But so as a group, I'd have to say we're very well rounded off. We have people from all faiths and all beliefs and such. We also have different age ranges and, so different political affiliations, which gratefully and luckily they don't bleed into the group. So even the religious aspects don't really bleed in. We all do our own little parts to keep the group working and going. Oh, I don't see how these people talk for hours on end and just, it's just weird. What do you think of the background, guys? It actually says, Warren, are you excited paranormal? If my body would get out of the way. So now I know we have some places that I personally would like to get into investigating, and we probably will. One is the Hinsdale House in Hinsdale, New York, or the Dandy House. That would be great to get into, as well as the Waterford Hotel in Waterford, New York, or Pennsylvania, outside of Erie, would be great to get into. I figured somebody would be here by now. But yes, Matt, that is another feature. Green screen. Believe it or not, I went to Walmart today, bought some green fabric and put it up on my ceiling with some 5M Velcro strips and made it to where my own little green screen for about $12. So I like that. Also, I like to subscribe and follow for our latest content that could be edited and such. So this is kind of weird to see, knowing that I'm broadcasting to 3 different platforms, because generally it's hard to stream to one and know what to say, but yet here we are doing 2, 3. Matt, I think you need to jump on and save me, buddy. So I'm gonna send you an invite if you don't mind. There you go. It's sent, buddy. So Yes. Who is W.A.S.P? W.A.S.P at the moment is myself, Scott, Angel, Lee, her husband, Jason, Dale, Missy, Joel, and Jim. Jim, I'm kind of feel bad for him because about the time we were starting to ramp up things and get things going, he joined and Corona hit and this and that happened to where we weren't able to really get him out to do much. You ready to go on, Matt? If so, give me a thumbs up. If you're ready, give me a thumbs up, Matt. So, but yeah, poor Jim. He hasn't really been able to go on many investigations. Though he did go with us for our haunted camping spot. That was awesome to have him there. As soon as you're ready, Matt, just give me a thumbs up. So that was a pretty spooky place, which you can find the video on YouTube. No, you're being added. You made me wait. But,
well, I sent you a thumbs up. I sent you a couple of them actually.
Oh yeah, I see that. I meant like physically thumbs up.
Oh, I keep forgetting that you can see me.
I can see you before. So as I was saying, and give me a second, I'll be with you in a second.
Here we go, having some fun.
What's that noise?
That's me. Or are you talking about the yelling?
The yelling.
Oh, that would be Mackenzie watching one of our favorite YouTubers.
Oh, nice. So, hi.
There she is.
How you doing? So, the place we went to that Jim was able to go with us is Morrison Run in Warren, Pennsylvania. Is a haunted camping site is the title of the video, and we got quite a bit of activity. Matt, you said that you seen some things or whatnot when you were watching this live.
Yeah, several points. See, before I say what I saw, seesaw. That's that.
For those that are wondering. Is my little celebration for being live on all these platforms. Southern Tier Brewery makes a pumpkin whiskey, and this is pumpkin flavored whiskey.
I've got cola. No, that's actually root beer. Oh crap, that's my root beer.
Now you see why I made that face. Give me a second, Diane, and I'll answer you. Diane, it's about the second camping site up the road on the left-hand side. You just go up the hill, you'll see a trail there for like snowmobiles and such, and that's where it's at. So, but yeah, did you say that you want to wait before you tell us about that?
Oh no, I just wanted to turn on some light. But before I say what I actually heard and saw, I just wanted to say I do like live investigations because, as you know, Scott, there's a thing called EVPs, electronic voice phenomena. And when you're live, you may not hear something, but there's a good chance that somebody or someone can hear or see something that you may not notice on a live video. So it's an extra set of eyes and ears. It's like having an extra investigator. So,
right.
But no, whenever you did go on your that little camping trail, there were a lot of shadows that just to me looked off. I can't say they were paranormal. They were outside of the normal lighting from what I did see, and there were a couple of hits on audio that to me kind of stuck out. Now, granted, I wasn't there. I don't know the investigators that were there. I don't know who was behind the camera. It could have been somebody or something, and as an outside interference. But there were some things that I couldn't place. But again, that's just because I wasn't there personally.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the only issue with not being there is you don't know what could be contaminating.
Yeah.
And Diane, did your son think there's anything creepy going on when he camped there? This is what I said that. But so let us know if he said anything, Diane. Thanks for coming in and checking things out with us, by the way. And Matt, thank you for saving me. I don't see how these people do it for hours. Some people just talking about stuff. And I thought I was well prepared, ready to go for this. And then it was like,
it might just be a thing of like practicing. It might just be something that people get used to.
Right. It does definitely. The people I'm thinking of have been doing it for. Heck, I've been watching them for years, so I could imagine they probably started off like we are, and I had no clue.
We all have to start somewhere. I mean, just like in the field, we weren't just this knowledgeable when we first started out. It takes
for
practice.
Yourself. I was like right there. I watched 1,000 hours of Ghost Adventure or Ghost Hunters, and I was like,
oh yeah. Well, I mean, I watched a lot of Ghost Hunters myself, but it's it's different actually getting out in the field than watching it on TV.
Oh, definitely. So a little trivia. Do you know what Warren Area Society of Paranormal was going to originally be called?
Me? No.
But we were kicking around, and I'm kind of saying this because of who is Warren Area Society of Paranormal. We were kicking around the idea, and I'm not sure how serious we were, but me and Lee kicked around the idea of calling ourselves WAHA. And what it would stand for is Warren Area Haunting Association.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, but the reason why we didn't choose that, one, the group kind of voted against it, and the thought behind it was it didn't sound professional.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how we started to come up with the group. Me and Lee, we worked with each other, and we were watching Ghost Hunters and such. And we worked at a local food factory called Pellegrino's, and we would pop peppers, like green peppers and such, for their sauce. And we'd say pepper poppers during the day and Ghost Hunters at night, like their whole plumbing during the day and such at night. And we would see each other out and about on the roads, and we would just look at each other and say, wow. And, that's how we greeted each other. And eventually people would hear us, and after a while people were like, why do you guys say that? And we started talking about it, and then they're like, well, why don't you do that? And then we started saying, well, why don't we do that? That's how we got a hold of Angel, because I messaged another local group here locally, and they never reached out to me, and she did the same. And from there, we sorry, I got distracted with a comment. But so from there, Angel and I started talking. We met up at Burger King to form Warren Area Society of Paranormal. And Casey, I'm sorry about bringing up peppers and ghosts when you were expecting ghosts, but if you would have been here about a minute before that, you would have heard about our experience at Morrison Run in Warren.
Well, maybe we need to talk about stories of ghost peppers.
Like our member Jason ate in the 5-minute challenge. He ate it like a trooper.
Braver than me. There's no way you catch me doing that crap.
No doubt. Well, I did that 1 chip challenge. That was, oh my God.
That was funny. I don't care what you have to say, sir. That was, I enjoyed that video. That was probably one of my favorites.
I have not ate so much ice cream so quickly in my life. That was crazy.
I don't blame you.
So that's kind of the start of W.A.S.P, for those that didn't know. Now, we've investigated local places and such. And Matt, I'm sorry to put this all on my experience in this group.
Your show.
Well, yes, indeed, but you gave me a face to speak to and interact, because I was definitely tripping and stumbling or just looking at nothing.
What? No.
So I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem.
Probably one of our first cases was here in Warren, and we kind of were talking back and forth with this lady. She was having issues, and we got the paperwork saying that we're able to speak of this, and we're not giving names and such or locations, but so it was kind of a smaller place, so we kind of had to split up the group during the investigation. We decided that we would investigate, even though we weren't really expecting much. And that's the crazy thing about investigations, is some places you think is going to be a scare second and absolutely nothing. And other places you're like, fine, we'll entertain these people, and you get the best evidence. So we're sitting there in this place, and well, I wasn't there. So this is all secondhand information. They were setting up the equipment and such, and talking to the family, because she was reporting having physical attacks and such while she slept, and physical abuse and such. And as she was sitting there talking to, I believe, Lee and Angel, she started saying her back was hurting. And she had been in front of them for several minutes. I mean, and as the rest of the group was setting up cameras and such. And after a couple more minutes, she's like, wow, this is really hurting. This is really hurting. And she hopped up. And luckily, the girls were there to slow her down, because she started to lift up her shirt, and they're like, well, wait a second. So they helped keep her modest, and she turned around. Sure enough, they seen 3 scratches of 3 scratch marks down her back that was slightly raised and slightly red at the time, but as they were sitting there, it was getting deeper and darker welts. And at that point, they got a hold of our spiritual advisor, and he came over and took care of the situation. Now, that was probably one of the most interesting cases to start off with.
Been there, seen that.
It definitely catches your attention, that's for sure.
Yeah. There's been numerous times to where I've personally been scratched, bitten, pushed, had my name yelled. Yeah, it's a lot of good. I mean, if you can capture it, you're lucky enough to capture it on camera, great evidence. But there are good stories and good memories, and some people like myself use them to motivate myself to keep doing it.
Yeah, definitely. I've been kind of, probably the worst thing that's happened to me was we were kind of doing a training experience for some local youth, teenagers, and we were in a local building, commercial building, showing them how to do stuff and such. And everything seemed fine. We were in the place a few times before, so that made us feel comfortable with bringing people there. And something attacked my left knee. I mean, I was in pain. I did my best to keep calm and stay calm and not show these teenagers that something was going on, but I still have pain to this day in that knee. And I drove standard that night, and I had to get somebody to come pick me up because my leg was hurting so bad. It just felt like something was on the inside, just like grinding on it or something. That was probably the worst experience I've had.
Oh, the one that sticks out to me is the one time I got bit.
Hold on 1 second though, before I want to hear that, but I want to reply to this comment from Casey. Casey, I'm not sure where that Elks Lodge is.
It's down near me.
Oh, okay. Is she somebody that
Yeah,
probably...
I know Casey.
Okay. So,
yeah, Casey, I've actually, not to interrupt you, Scott. Casey,
no.
you're not the first person to tell me about the Tamaqua Elks Lodge. I've heard some stories, everything from full body apparitions, noises, a bunch of different things. Problem is getting in there.
If they're open, yeah, I'm sure. If they're still in business, but definitely that pumpkin whiskey. I love the taste of it, but whew,
gives you a good kick.
Yeah. I didn't fill it up very far because, well, one, being on social media, y'all don't need me slurring my words and looking like a zombie or something. And two, I'm running low, so I don't know if I could go get more or not. So, as you were starting to say,
yeah, about the time I got bit. It's the one that kind of stands out to me as one of my favorites. Like I said, I've been pushed, scratched. I've had it all pretty much done to me, but the bite was the one that was the most that stands out. This was out in San Diego. It was in the cemetery. It was called the Alpine Cemetery, and I wouldn't say it's an isolated area. There are homes nearby, but we had special permission to be there, not only through the state troopers, but through the county, and also just that local area of Alpine. We got permission to be there. And like I said in our last stream, a lot of times I don't investigate with my crew. They just kind of do their thing. They go out and about, and I kind of watch and be accessible. Well, at this place, it's a cemetery. There's a hill that kind of overlooks, and I was right at that peak of that hill in the middle of the cemetery by myself. It was a chilly night, had a hood on, and you know how the hoodies, you have that front pocket.
right.
Well, I was just standing there, had my hands in my pockets, watching my teams all over the place, and I heard footsteps coming up like they were approaching me. So I looked around thinking it was one of my team members. There was nobody there. I turned on my recorder, and I said, if there's somebody here, can you say something? Can you talk to me? Show me you're here, kick a rock around, do something. Just, give me some knowledge and, something to show me that you're here. I said, I'd love to talk with you. Didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, my right arm, which this is my right, I know it looks backwards, but it's my right. I do know that. But right in this area, specifically, right in my forearm, it just started to burn really bad, almost like a sunburn. And I was like, what is going on? And I rubbed it a little bit, and it still started to hurt. So I rolled my sleeve down, and right here was a perfect print of like somebody biting. Like if you would bite your arm like this, but on the bottom. It was perfect. Like this. Ow! Yeah, like that. Ow.
Yeah.
But
she had to make sure everybody could see what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I can't get it in the camera. Can't really see it. Anyway. No, please don't. But it was just a perfect bite mark. And then me being me just yelled, ow! You son of a. Do it again.
Puppy.
So then I was sitting there looking at both my arms. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I see it. It's hard to see on camera. But yeah, that was probably one of the best that I've had.
Nice.
And that stayed.
I mean, I know it's not nice, but
Yeah,
it's kind of one of those.
It stayed for a
That's
good
one
majority
thing
of the time.
that's one thing that I always found entertaining. You see in movies or whatnot, they tell you, "Hey, make a noise," and then they hear the noise and then they freak out and run out. It's like, you asked for it,
Right?
So, but that's once again, like I was telling you last time we were live, that me and Lee were hiding behind one of our female investigators at the time at a cemetery when we were getting a little nervous about what was going on. Then all of a sudden I realized what was going on and was like, whoa, we need to be the men and step up and protect her, you know. But that's Guernsey Hollow, one of our spots we've been to several times. It's a fun location. We've gotten EVPs. We've gotten a nice picture up there of something. I don't even know what to call it. It looked like a face, and everybody agrees that it looks like a head. And that was actually my son on his very first investigation. We happened to be there. He decided with his cell phone to turn around and take a quick picture as we were leaving the cemetery and got that. It's like, really? I've been here how many times and never got a good picture of anything, and your first time on a whim, you know.
Well, it only takes one time.
Well, definitely. And he's another funny story with the same son. I don't know if they still do, but the Tiddy Charter School out here that he went to offers ghost hunting classes. Yeah, which is really cool. And so he's taking this class, and you know he's passing everything. I found out recently that he failed that class.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm like, hello. Of all the subjects I could have helped you with, that's the one you don't want to come to me and ask. You want to ask me about algebra and Common Core math and all that, where I don't have a clue. But the one thing that I could shine in, you don't ask.
So what sort of curriculum do they have for that class? Because that sounds like very interesting.
It really is. And I'm not 100% sure anymore. It's been a few years, but I know they go and talk about the equipment, I believe, the basic stuff like EMF detector, EVP sessions and such. And then at the end of the class, they actually do a live investigation at school.
Oh.
So that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, we were supposed to, we being Warren Area Society of Paranormal, was going to help out in one of the investigations, but we weren't able to get the background checks needed quick enough to do so. So that's kind of a shame. But I did listen to a audio recorder, voice recorder, because of course I let my son use some of the equipment. I mean, why wouldn't I? And I heard some pretty good EVPs from the session. But once again, back to your point earlier of you're not there, so cross-contamination and such.
Yeah, it's really hard to get real good Class A, EVPs, nice and clear, EVPs and all these things. But it's hard. It's very difficult to determine, especially from a third party, which is which. Unless you're absolutely there. But
right.
I mean, but that sounds like a great thing. I mean, that school seems to have, I know a lot of extracurricular activities, but never heard of a school offering ghost hunting.
Yeah, I was impressed when I heard it too. Not impressed when he said that he failed the class that I could help him with. I still, hopefully he's watching this and he's shaking his head that I brought that up.
Well, if there's anybody in that school that, if they're still offering, see if we can sign up. I'd love to be a part of that class.
You want to learn a few things?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Hold on a second, Matt. I do want to say, if you guys have been sticking with us this long and finding any value of what we're talking about, enjoying or anything, please take a moment and click like and let us know you're here. Share would also be great. And, even just like button, that would be wonderful. I know I've seen Facebook comments, so I know people are here from Facebook. I've seen YouTube comments, and sorry for covering up my face. I have not seen Twitch yet, so I don't know how that's working out.
Let's find out.
Well, it's not under my group name. It's under my personal name. Or maybe. I don't know.
Well, I know I actually shared and liked both on YouTube and Facebook for you.
Well, I seen you made a comment saying that you liked it and it's looking good and that you were surprised about me being clean shaven. I got that all day today. If you guys look at the other videos, you'll see this big old bushy face and such. Bushy hair. Hats fit a lot better.
Oh. I don't see you.
I do, Casey. I believe my Twitch name is Pace LOA. That's PACELOA. And
yep, there you are.
You found me?
I found you.
Am I streaming? There's only like two things going on there.
There you are.
There we are on Twitch.
A little bit of a delay.
That's okay. I mean, 3 different platforms. You'll see on my Twitch, personal Twitch, my phone was set up to show. Thanks, Puzzle. That's
Casey.
a cool name. That's a cool name, Spuzzle. See, you're highlighted now. But you'll see I put the phone in my dashboard of the bus I drive and drove around town and let people watch how crazy snowy it was here. And now this Twitch, I plan on doing not only these type of situations, but also when I'm going on to paranormal investigations, I plan on hitting all 3. And if this grows big enough, because this is now the paid StreamYard, if this grows, I might even upgrade it more to where I could stream on like 6, 7 platforms. I mean,
jeez.
I'll stream on every possible network there is. I'll be as big as CNN.
No, we'll call it PNN, Paranormal News Network.
Paranormal. We do have a Roku channel.
Ooh.
Absolutely nothing on it. But so if you're a programmer and feel like helping us out for free and giving us, get a hold of me.
Well, I know here shortly, probably after tax season, or maybe sooner, I'm not sure. I'm actually gonna, for those of you on Scott's over here, for those of you on his side, whichever side it is, that way. Yeah.
We are not professionals.
No, yeah, no. I actually have my own as well, my own channel, YouTube, Facebook. I think I have a Twitch as well. But anyway, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm probably going to end up upgrading from the free version of the StreamYard so that way I can get my channel going.
Right. And I plan on jumping on his when he's able to figure out how to get me on. And
Technology.
we're kind of trying to help each other out. That's called Paranormal Unity. We've talked about doing some live streaming investigations where I go where he's at or he comes up here, and we kind of broadcast on this channel and he broadcasts on his channel and share the love all the way around.
Yeah.
The weather's getting a lot better up this way. The only thing, and excuse me for belching, but that pumpkin's coming back up. But the rain might be the biggest issue of stop me from going out. There's a cemetery I plan on visiting. That kids cemetery, that's a crazy place, and I'm going to. I found my Kinect camera. I got my laptop since I only have Android tablet, and I plan on using the SLS camera at this kids cemetery and see if we can get. Well, hopefully it works well. They'll be running a power cord from my car because, well, I don't have all the fancy stuff, but I don't want to spend $400 for the setup. If anybody wants to donate one, I'll give you my address. But so that might be something I try to do this week. And that would be live on all these platforms. So pay attention to what's going on our channels. I will try to keep everybody informed on what Matt's doing, where I know. I'm sure he'll do the same for me.
Absolutely. Usually, if you find one of us, you'll find the other.
And if you have any questions, we definitely would know how to contact each other and set it up and get the information you need. Another thing I'd like to do for this is turn this into live calls too. I thought you might like that. And so that way, if you guys have questions or just want to talk about your ghost experiences or whatnot, call in. You'll be live, and Matt, or together on our, if we ever get things set up quick enough, we'll be able to interact with you as you let us know what's going on. If you want to share any experiences that you have, feel free to comment. That would be awesome. And I'm really happy to see that Twitch is doing well.
And just in case anybody's wondering, this whole StreamYard platform is, for a basic account, free. It is very, very nice. You get to do all this fun stuff that, Scott and I are doing. I'm still learning it, but if you are interested in maybe even streaming yourself, it's free to set up. It's a lot of fun to use. I don't know technology, but if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Right. Yeah, it's really easy. But
and they can even join us here live too. We can send invites out to people.
Oh, definitely. I was actually trying to find the link that would help if people use our link and log in through our link. They will offer us a couple dollars of credit towards our accounts. So I plan on putting in the description links for me and if you use that link, you'll be able to help us out with future credits. It was in my head, but I was also trying to look, so I was like, yeah. But
and if I can ever figure it out, you'll be able to do the same.
Oh, definitely. That's another thing we have is we use TubeBuddy a lot. Have you heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Something I'll let you know about in a little more detail in private chat, because people came here to talk about paranormal stuff, not that. But TubeBuddy is a nice little tool for YouTube and helping grow. Since I've started using it, my channel has grown quite a bit. It's pretty nice. And the other thing we have is buy me a coffee is another thing. Have you heard of
that? I saw you have one on Facebook, I believe.
Well, yeah, it's an independent like parlor, but instead of having to use subscriptions, people could just donate $1 or $2 and just donate without that monthly recurring fee, which is nice. I mean, you have membership, but
yeah, right.
That was just such a little sip. And for those that don't know, from joining in a little later, that was my last sip that I had upstairs with pumpkin whiskey. It does taste good.
Don't let looks fool you.
Right. So back to the paranormal.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
We bounce all over the place. Why not? Once again, if you could click like and share and such, that would be awesome. If you're getting any value out of this content, it would really help us grow. Even just likes really does wonders for our channel.
Mm-hmm.
So how big do you think local groups would be without social media?
Well, I'm still a believer in word of mouth. When I was doing a sales job out in San Diego, we had a rule of 5. For every one person that knows what you're doing, they tell 5 people, which makes a total of obviously 6. So I feel word of mouth is still very crucial to any team or any group. But I mean, social media does help, especially now, like with the whole COVID thing going on. Like you and I could not, obviously hold a big class of this, or we can't do a lot of things. It's very restricting. So, social media, these types of things, I think it's a good help if used properly.
Yeah, I mean, really not being able to get out and investigate as much as we want and such. My channel would be pretty much dead. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch is my personal account, which I didn't know what I was going to put on there anyways, because I like gaming, but I'm not that good at it. So people would watch it just to watch me die many times. But so yeah, I'm not sure exactly what would be if we didn't have this type of setup.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if used properly, it can be a great tool. I mean, everything from reviewing evidence to, live investigations, networking, communicating. I mean, there might be people, watching this like you have it running on YouTube now, that maybe somebody in your area has never heard of you, looks up paranormal team, and W.A.S.P just so happens to show up.
What's crazy is about 8 years ago, there's a website that I believe is called Paranormal Directories. It's been so long that I don't even really rightfully remember the name of the website, but it's gotten me so many contacts with different places that just weird. Every once in a while, I ask, "How did you hear about us?" Because people reach out to us in email, and they'll bring up that site. Like I've been contacted through email by multiple production companies looking to see if we have what they want for a TV show or whatever. And
Yeah.
every time I ask, it's from that site, from Paranormal Witness to just recently there was a company that reached out, was looking for anybody that might have haunted objects that they could do a story around. I don't know who they are, but it was pretty cool nonetheless. We didn't have none.
Yeah. Well,
thankfully.
when I started out in San Diego and I had my San Diego team, there was a gentleman named Dan who runs a website called San Diego Haunted. Excuse me. Allergies. So much fun.
Got the COVID.
Anyway, yeah. Hey, come here, Scott. But no, he reached out when I was first starting, and he gave me one heck of a leg up. He helped me with business cards, website, a bunch of different things. And I helped him in return with evidence from different locations in San Diego. And he helped promote my team out there. So it was really nice. And that actually led to Lionsgate contacting me for the
movie company.
Yeah, from the very first Conjuring movie. They actually had us come out to a premiere.
Nice.
Which was a lot of fun. They wanted me, and it was me and one or two of my investigators. They wanted us to do a little spiel before the movie about the movie, and they didn't tell me this until the day of, literally like 10 minutes before we went in, and I never saw the trailer. So we're outside. Yeah, so we're outside watching this trailer.
I'm trying to get you back to normal.
Good luck. Trying for years.
I think I like this better. But I think I got you top though. Not that this is a one-upmanship, but we're
friends.
we had to turn this offer down, and that's probably because they never seen our pictures. But we actually were contacted by a production company that was looking for people to investigate, and they could record, but the premise of it was the investigators had to be naked.
I'm trying to think of something smart to say, like a naked and afraid type deal, but give me a little bit. That'll be in the comment section later.
We respectfully declined. I of course mentioned it to the group, and nobody in the group was very interested. I'm thinking they must not have seen my picture, because they would have never made that offer.
Well, I don't know if I have you one up on this one, but it might be right there with you. Out in San Diego, right before I moved back home, I was contacted by this individual who had a really thick Australian accent. I mean, real thick. And he invited me to come talk to him, and he said his production crew. So, okay. So we went out and talked with him. And here he was, and I'm not going to give out the name, but he was, it was a production crew for this one automotive customized, like a Pit My Ride type thing, show. And it was honestly on, I think it was TLC. TLC or Discovery? I forget which one. It was on one of those. It was a mainstream.
My Ride was MTV.
It was like that. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that. It was a little bit more family friendly, we'll just say. But it's basically a customized automotive customization show. Well, apparently they were having issues, paranormal nature. Stuff being moved, stuff being thrown at them, footsteps, voices, and it was to the point where even the cast didn't even want to come on to the set because of all this stuff. And it was in a legit garage. So they wanted to know if we could come in and investigate. And I said, yeah, sure. I said, we'd love to help you guys out.
Right.
So we set up a date, set up a time, and we show up on set. in our uniform, and we had a real nice looking little uniform. Little did I know.
Shorts.
What's that?
Shorts.
Oh, you know me, of course. But little did I know that they didn't just want me and my team to investigate. They wanted to make it into a show. So or an episode. So when we showed up, we had to sign all these waivers and everything else, and we got hooked up to microphones, and it was really cool. We had the little Hollywood experience, and it was a lot of fun. Although it was very weird having a camera guy 2 feet away from me at all times.
Right. Now I gotta ask, what, Casey? Are you referring to him wearing shorts, or did you come back online when we were talking about naked and paranormal?
Well, that
would be definitely an odd thing to just pop into this conversation. Hear about people investigating in the nude.
So there I was naked in this field somewhere, and something touched me.
we aliens overhead and mutilated cows over there, and
I was gonna say it has to be the naked ghost hunting because Casey knows me.
So you're saying that wouldn't be too far of a fetch for you?
She'd probably believe it.
But that's another thing that not naked, but Warren P.A. No, we didn't go and do that show. So we thankfully, whoever's watching this, appreciate the fact that we didn't do that to the American public or the world. Click like. Thumbs up for Facebook. Whatever. A laughing face, a sad face, whatever. Because we did America a service by saying no. But we were contacted by MUFON, Mutual UFO Network. And they were I've always thought that name was something else myself. MUFON. I'll order 2 MUFONs, please. But we were thinking about getting into that because Warren area cited paranormal. Paranormal is more than just investigating ghosts. Mm-hmm. So, and kind of kicked around the idea. I think the thing that kind of slowed us down was we're not some big TV stars with an unlimited budget. So to become part of MUFON, you have to pass this test and it's like $80 per person. So, whatever. If we would have been part of the network, they kind of mark off the area for us, and anything alien extraterrestrial related, we would be the ones to go and investigate it. So, I mean, there's some benefits to it, but what do you think about that kind of situation?
Well, I mean, first of all, I have to agree with you. The paranormal isn't just, spirits or ghosts. It's, I look at it as the definition of paranormal is anything outside of normality. So, Bigfoot, aliens, stuff like that, urban legends. If it's not a normal situation, it's paranormal, and I'm willing to check it out. I mean, it would be good as far as a networking tool, I'd like to say, and to get you out there, get you, new locations, new sites, new networks to dig into. As far as the whole paying thing, if I have to pay to be a part of a crew or a team, it's not for me. I'm not going to, again, give out names, but there was a team when I started in this field out in San Diego. They had an ad out for investigators, like a legit, Craigslist job wanting ad. And I responded. They interviewed me, liked me, wanted to bring me on board. I said, yeah, sure. I showed up to the first meeting, and they demanded $500 from me that day.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. That's
for
a good money.
for insurance, for uniforms, for this, for that, everything. And they didn't tell me this in the interview. And they weren't too nice about it either. They were like, well, you can't be a part of the team if you're not going to pay for it. And I went, okay, see ya.
Right, no doubt. Me too. I really like that saying, what she put there.
Yeah, unlike last time, I actually have it on. I don't have it on full screen, so this time I can see comments.
Well, I like the option and saying, answering a question, bring it up so people see what I'm talking about, as opposed to, okay, what did I see you talking about? But yeah.
But actually, that whole experience is what led me to not just all my teams, but even like now with my paranormal consultant being free. All services were free. All investigations, all evidence, all anything.
Now, and I don't mean to cut you off. That's another thing that we do, is where we don't charge. So we try to find donations in different ways through social media. We sold hot dogs. That we did out of a hot dog cart. Some people affectionately called it Scotch shaggin' wagon, wiener wagon. I'm like, okay, but so yeah, so we found different ways, but we were, I won't say forced, but we were on an investigation probably about being a group about 6 months, and we go to this woman's house, in her apartment, and we get done investigating through the night. Nothing major. Some EMF hits. We got an orb, which I'll talk about that in a second. And she takes out her checkbook and says, "How much?" We're like, no, we don't charge. And she's like, "No, seriously, how much?" We're like, "We don't charge. It's we know you're uncomfortable in your home, and we want to do what we can to alleviate that." And she was getting so mad that we finally were like, "Okay, whatever you feel is right." So we made our first $50 because that's what she wrote out for her. She was literally starting to get red in the face. That's how mad she was getting. So,
never had that.
Yeah, that's the one and only time, and we used it. I think we bought a new voice recorder with that. Now with the orb, a little funny thing, it was generally we don't believe much in orbs, dust, bugs, and such. But this one was kind of neat, so we put it on YouTube, which is like our second, third video ever posted on YouTube, and it follows along a little path and such. And we actually got comments from people saying that it's CGI and such. Like, if we're gonna take the time to do CGI, it's gonna be a freaking full apparition, ghost child or something. We're not gonna make this little white dot going through the house. We're gonna be a little more. But that's the one people will not believe any type of orbs. Either they're fully against it or they're fully for it.
See, I mean, in general, I won't use an orb as evidence, as concrete evidence.
We're not.
But I will never sit there and say that it didn't happen, because there again, you never know in the paranormal. It could be or it couldn't be. And everyone's going to have their own opinion. but the one orb that stands out to me was actually the one you caught, Scott, while we were investigating up at the up in Warren.
Yeah.
When we were up there, and you sent me. See if you remember. You sent me a video clip in the gym.
Okay. Yeah.
One orb that just came up. It stopped about 3/4 of the way on the screen, came back, stopped again, and then shot off.
Right. That was pretty interesting. That's one of the few that I said, "Wow, that's something." Because that whole time there wasn't no dust or anything really floating around before that. Things that you would look for.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I was there. I saw the environment. I was there. There were no flies, no bugs, no gnats. It was very clean. It wasn't. I mean, it was a gym, but I mean that thing had its own flight path. There was very little airflow through that gymnasium, and I mean the conditions were right. Now, there again, do I believe? Oh.
Hi, world. That was weird. Like, if you notice, you might not have been paying attention, but it felt like something was pushing in on it. And
I saw it move a little bit, and then all of a sudden, now looking at your, I don't know if that's still your green screen, but
no, it's my house. My green screen fell. But yeah, that was my green screen, and it just like it felt like something. I heard it feel like someone was pushing in on it, kind of monkeying around with it. Then it just fell.
Let's start recording. Well, we are recording.
I was like, stay with me, Matt.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, that was just weird because I thought it sounded like my better half was standing behind me for a second, and she does not like cameras. And so I thought, what the hell is she doing? She knows she could hear we're recording.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just, I mean, I wasn't paying attention to the screen, but I have to laugh at this comment.
I saw that.
Oh, you said you didn't have your screen up. Did it look like, I mean, I was watching you. Did it look like something was going on?
I don't know if it was just my eyes going back and forth because I'm making sure that I'm somewhat centered. But I thought I saw a little bit of movement, but not much. But it could have just been my eyes playing tricks on me.
Well,
anybody in the comments hear that? See anything?
Other than saying my ghosts have a vengeance, this place is haunted. And I don't hate saying that, but just is what it is. It kind of caught me off guard.
Although I like the way it fell. It didn't fall like straight down. It fell to the side.
Now you can see what the rest of that was.
You've got that magic cloak from Harry Potter now. The cloak of invisibility.
You can't see me. That was crazy.
That was cool, though.
Well, yeah, I wish I would have been like paying attention. I'm going to have to review evidence. And
right?
You guys might have seen my ghost on camera.
Anyway. But no, like, orbs, do I think they're like spirits? Not unless I get something to go with it. Uh-oh. Am I doing a solo thing now?
That's my hand. I was trying to get rid of that part of the green screen that was making it look like I had a little black fuzz up here.
But like,
welcome to my world.
Right? But no, like, do I think orbs are ghosts or spirits? Technically, no. They're just legitimate balls of energy. But I mean, unless you get something with it, like footsteps, voices, falling green screens.
Falling green screen. I was really proud of that setup. I all had it set up, and covered all my boxes and craft stuff. And if you pay attention really close, there's an exercise bike back there, in with boxes and.
Well, you have your green screen, so if anybody sees any faces back in here, let me know.
The window pops out.
Because then it'll just be one of these.
But orbs and such, yeah. Sorry, people, I lost track of where we were. This place, since we're on it, and unless you got something more you want to say about orbs.
No, have at it.
All right. The house I'm living in now, the things that lead me to believe that it's possibly haunted is several things. Just recently, besides the green screen, I hooked up the Kinect camera to the laptop downstairs just to kind of get it to just mess around with it, see if it even works and such. As soon as it came on, one of the how it shows a stick figure when I only use them in the doorway across the room, there was one just sitting in the room where there was nobody there. That's one of the more recent things. We hear people walking around upstairs when we're sitting down. We hear footsteps and such. We have things fall over all the time. And no, this is probably the worst part of the house. So
it's fitting.
Correct. We live on the river, by the river. And when we first moved here, two of our grandkids, well, the one boy, grandson, he was about 5 maybe. He's during the summer, he's looking out the back window down towards the river, and he's singing a song like in language we don't even know. And we asked him, well, where did you learn that from? And he's like, from the lady down there. I could hear her singing it.
Yeah.
Look down there, there's nobody there. And we started asking more. He's like, she's telling me how to sing it. We're like, okay. And he describes this lady as an older lady dressed in black that just stands down by the river. So
my immediate thought was possibly Native American.
In our area up here, there's a lot of German descent. At least I believe that's the case. A lot more German settlers than Native American. I'm sure there is some around here, but that kind of was one of those things that made us was like, well, okay. Now we have toys, that make noise, and we'll be sitting there and they'll just start going off and making noise. They haven't been touched in 7 months, and then just randomly start playing for no reason. We have a fireplace here, and we hang the fireplace poker up along the wall, and we can sit there and watch it just all of a sudden start swinging back and forth. And if we say something, it'll just stop. I mean, so yeah, that kind of caught me off attention, but it was kind of like, at the same token, par for the course.
Sorry, I was reading.
Yeah, that's what I was just. She named her ghost. I don't think we named ours. Yeah, I mean, we're the spirits here. We don't sense that there's anything that feel that would harm us, per se.
Well, that's good.
They get a little creepy when you're in bed at night and you feel them. You don't really see them, but you feel the presence. That kind of gets you a little uneasy when you wake up to that. So It's definitely, we've thought about investigating here a few times. And if we do, probably against my significant other's wishes, it'll probably be broadcast live. So make sure you, as it says down there, subscribe and follow.
Well, mine's over under you now. Oh, here it comes. It's right here. There it goes. Follow the finger.
I cringe with Ghost Adventures.
Yeah, we're not getting there.
Because every episode, well, not lately, but for the first 7 seasons, Zach, what's that? I need to take off my shirt. It's like, I get you want ratings. I get you need to have that hype, but come on now.
There's a demon. It's Satan. I'm going to go fight him.
And poor Nick, or Aaron. It was a Nick or Aaron that was always left to himself.
I think Aaron.
You know, this is a place where there's been millions of deaths and unspeakable acts towards women and many satanic rituals. Aaron, you're gonna stay here by yourself, and we're gonna go where the nuns are. It's just poor.
Well, I have not just reasons from the show not to like them, but I had we'll just call it a second or third party experience with them, and
so you met them.
Not to an extent. Let's just say I'm not going to obviously go into full detail because I don't like bashing other teams, other people. I mean, they're doing their thing; they get paid for it. So, you know,
they're doing more than I am because I mean,
yeah, and you know, it's their livelihood, and for all we know, that could just be a character he's playing. It may not, you know what I mean? But to me, like we'll go back to like Ghost Hunters. The first 4 seasons of Ghost Hunters, I actually used for training.
They were good.
Yeah, I used them for training, and because they seemed legit, they were right on the money. They cared, you know, and it was good. It was good, solid, you know, not just TV, but training. But it's just way over the top for me. And then in actuality, it gives a bad vibe to the paranormal for people. Like that, I feel like stuff like that is the reason why people, you know, don't like the paranormal or are afraid of it because of that reason.
Right. Now, those many millions that are watching, if you could leave in the comments what Ghost Adventures show that you like. Well, Ghost Investigation show, not Adventures. Let's not get whatever. And which one you don't like. Now, I got 2 shows that I don't think are any longer in production anymore, and that's Ghost Brothers. You hear them?
Mm-hmm.
They're they're entertaining. And then there was a very good group, and I don't remember the TV show name, but I believe they were called the Wraith Chasers.
Yes, I do remember that one.
Now they were pretty good. They truly tried to build equipment and such to investigate, and they truly went out to find stuff. It wasn't all about the TV show. Are you talking about Casey, the one with the blonde-haired lady? You know, I can't think of the name, but I believe so. No, I don't think that's the ones she's talking about. I think they're talking about way back.
Oh no, I was commenting. I was starting that whole. Which ones do you like?
I thought you were answering Casey.
No, I figured I'd just start it off for you.
Right. And Saturday Night Live made fun of them, or paranormal shows, anyways. Really funny skit. The guy it's a paranormal team investigating, and they have their night vision and such, and the guy lets out a fart, and everybody's like, "Did you hear that? Was that a demon?" And I think it said a name, Roger. Whole skit. If you get a chance, watch it.
Actually, it's kind of funny. I have, if you don't mind, I have 2 paranormal fart related stories. The first one being, believe it or not, apparently ghosts do fart. That
I agree. But
now,
go ahead.
Here's why I say this. If anybody is sitting here going, okay, Matt's just crazy. Well, yes. But out in San Diego, we were doing an investigation. And if you can't tell, being serious in this field is, especially with the crew or, good team, it's hard to be, professional and serious and really, no, you're having fun. And stuff like farting, especially on investigations, with all the recording devices around, somebody's going to notice. Somebody's going to laugh. Somebody's going to comment.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we were doing evidence review for this one house, and all of a sudden one of my investigators just pauses his recorder and starts laughing. And he goes, "Matt, you've got to hear this." I went, "Okay, what's up?" Listening. Hear one of my investigators say, "Is there somebody here with me?" Nothing. "If you're here with me, can you please give me a sign that you're here?" Again, nothing. They're like, "We just want to talk with you. Can you please just tell me your name?" And all of a sudden you hear, and then you hear my investigator go, "Can you knock on something for me?" And just continue with the EVP session. And it's like, oh my gosh. We just found out. It was perfect.
What did you expect they were going to do?
A lot of things. Screaming, yelling, cussing, laughing, joking. I've been asked for cigarettes. I've been asked to go get beer. I've been asked to play peekaboo, hide and seek.
Yeah.
But just a straight up fart. I mean, that was just kind of like, and nobody reacted. So
that was probably a thing, though.
Yeah.
I think the episode or the TV show that you're talking about, I might be wrong, Casey, is The Great British Ghost. That might be the one that you're talking about.
Let's find out.
If not, it's probably something similar. But yeah, I mean, the least they could have done was tag the fart, right?
I wish.
That's like I was sitting playing Magic the Gathering with a couple people, and just us in the house, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, like to the left of us, we hear a fart. It was like, okay.
That helps.
Your screen's not being great tonight.
Yeah.
But
maybe if I turn it down. Oh, there we go.
No, it's I was wrong, because if I remember correctly, it's an older lady that looks similar to her that was really skittish.
Let's find out.
But yeah, as far as Warren Area Society of Paranormal is going, it's on the Travel Channel. It was, we're not trying to become some next ghost hunters on TV. If the opportunity presents itself and it's not asking us to be naked and afraid, we might get serious. I'm happy with social media platforms, and I think so is everybody else, because we can be ourselves. We don't have a big production company behind us. We don't have to worry about budgets and such. I mean, yeah, this is going to cost me money now, but
Yeah.
worst case scenario, I don't drink as many Dr. Peppers or buy some pumpkin whiskey for a month, you know.
You know, it's funny you should say that. Wait a minute, I found a blonde. Hold on. That one?
You're getting closer.
Samantha Brown. Anyway, no, I've always said, like, that actually, believe it or not, has been asked me so many times. You know, what would happen if a production company came to you and said, you know, we want to do this show? First and foremost, I would tell them, well, if we're going to do a show, we're doing it my way. You came to me for a specific reason, and we're going to keep it. Like, example, Ghost Hunters. You can tell when they're after ratings. You can tell what episodes they want ratings. You can tell when they're manipulating evidence. You can tell when, you know.
You could almost tell when they switched from the Atlanta Paranormal Society taps into Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
You could almost see the transition.
Yeah, and that was something that I said, and I even told, like, I gave the example, I was on that TV show. I did an episode. I said, if you want me to do this, we're going to do it the correct way. If I find that any crew members manipulating evidence, if you're going to ask me to do stuff that's, not legit, no. I think it stops right then and there. So,
right.
I mean, has that stopped me from doing stuff? Maybe, but I'd rather be known for legit things.
I'm not opposed to putting a little more energy behind it.
Oh, no.
I'm kind of a boring guy. I just sit back. I got that lower tone of register. I mean, I could kind of see being a little hyped up. It's not in my nature to have that energy of, oh my God, did you see that? It's something's happening when it comes to me. I kind of get more quiet and start looking around and be like, what can we do to figure out what's going on? Is this truly paranormal, or is this, echoing from the waterfall?
Well, me, I think there's a time and a place. There's certain times to be amped up and excited and, hyperactive with some of the stuff, but there's also times where you've got to be more laid back. You got to be more, relaxed. Because, I mean, if you have, say, let's just go to the extreme, you have a child spirit that's there, that's scared and doesn't know what's going on and, just wants some comfort, and you start freaking out, you're being counterproductive in my mind, because people sometimes forget about that spirit. They have feelings too. They have thoughts. They have emotions. You don't want to go in, balls to the wall, so to speak, and, make them uncomfortable.
Right. Well, that's like I was saying earlier with my leg. We had those teenagers around, and I didn't want to show that I was getting affected like I was. Actually, most of my team didn't know. I let one person know, and that way, in case things got too bad, she kind of kept an eye on me. But we kept it so. And that's the trouble with we get comfortable with going to places thinking that it's good. We could invite people in, and then that's when things happen.
Yeah.
Because that's not the first, that was the first time that's happened, but that's not the last time. We did a paranormal convention down here, And we had been talking about that recently ourselves, but a few summers ago we did where we had all the paranormal teams come in. Well, I was able to secure a location at an abandoned factory to raffle off a ghost hunt for the public. And so we sold some tickets and people won. And we've been to this place 15 times easy with no real, we had got activity, but nothing out, that would be crazy. And that night we got the people there for their prize. I felt kind of bad because about halfway through of what we would have been doing, things just got bad, got dark. The whole energy of the place switched. I felt that one of the few times I'm willing to go out and say, if not demonic, it was definitely a dark entity that was doing everything it could to cause trouble. Now, Dale, our paranormal, our spiritual advisor, as he likes to be called, he had told us before some signs to look out for is emotions will be running high. You'll see confusion. You'll see separation, and anger and such. And as things were starting to climax and get to that extreme feelings, I just looked around and seen people were split off in groups. I seen people were getting angry. People were starting to kind of get grouchy with each other. I seen confusion. I was like, we're done right now. Just grab our stuff. We're done. And, like I said, I felt bad because these people won, but their safety was a lot more important than a couple dollars.
Yeah, well, I've called off a couple of investigations, both client-based and also, public's a public environment, just for that reason. I mean, even though, like, anybody who's done any type of paranormal investigating, you'll know it's not like what you see in the movies. It's not like what you see on TV. It's not like Ghost Adventures. It's not like that. It's a lot different. And that being said, that doesn't mean that stuff like that cannot happen. The one thing I tell everybody is, ghost hunting safe? Yeah, it's safe. It's safe. You can take kids along. You can do this and that, as long as you know what you're doing. As long as you take somebody who knows what they're doing and is confident for the worst case scenario if it were to happen. I mean,
right.
You could go out and have nothing happen and it's just a nice quiet evening, or you can get a lot of activity, or you can have some really nasty stuff happen. And I mean, like I said, I've been bitten, pushed, scratched, everything like that, and I know I play it off, but when you're there, it's a matter of safety. You've got to be careful.
And you can't get comfortable.
No.
That's what our mistakes were, was we were in places we were been, and we got comfortable. Now, the funny thing about that night, if there was a funny thing, here I am with years of experience of paranormal investigating, and this abandoned factory had bathrooms, of course, and here we are. There's about 4 or 5 of us in this bathroom, all dark, no power in the building. It was in the ladies' room. One of the few times I've been blessed to be in one, and so we got through. We were seeing some things. Some things were a little funky, but nothing crazy. And we were leaving the restroom, and I thought everybody had left, and I was, last one out. One of us had to be in the front. One of us needed to be behind, so nobody, for safety.
Of course.
And I thought everybody was out, and I'm looking to my left, and I look back over. There was a woman that stayed kind of behind, and I was expecting it to be empty in there, and scared the hell out of me. I'm like, ah! And she's like, ah! I'm like, oh my God. I'm sorry. One of our other members came running in. Oh, what? Everything okay? I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna die, but yeah, I think it feels great.
Thank goodness we're in a bathroom.
No doubt. I don't know. Like I said, I thought everybody was gone. And next thing I know, I have like a full body apparition next to me. It's like, whoa, hey.
Been there, done that. I've scared myself so many times. I wouldn't say it's not funny, but it is. It's hilarious.
It's definitely, it's worth, you gotta have those moments of laughter. And that's one thing that I like about my group that we're part of. And because even though we get serious on the investigations and such, we just have so much fun with each other. And
it's funny you should say that because you and I were talking again today, and I don't know if you've noticed there, Scott. Look in the top corner
of your place.
No, of the screen. You said, I think an hour and a half was a little the other way. I think an hour and a half was a little too long of a video.
Right. Yeah, I know.
And that's the thing. Like, we get talking. I mean, I was expecting to be on here for over an hour with you. No. Am I okay with it? Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm still in my workplace. And it's fun. That's what
it's awfully fun trying to figure out where to point.
Isn't that great? Just point to both.
Well, my intentions with this video was my hopes, and I don't know what happened because I haven't looked at my phone in a while, but was to explain who we are because we are on a new platform, Twitch. Hi, Twitchers. I don't know, what are they called? All of a sudden, my whole account just crashed. Everybody's like, Twitchers, bite me. Anyways,
Twitchies.
Twitchies. But since it's been a while since we really posted to Facebook, and so I figured I'd share who we are, where we started. It's crazy we started in 2010 at Burger King, no less. But anyways, and then I sent the invite to the other group members, and they must have had things going on because I've been watching, see if they popped in, and nobody's been able to yet. And so I was kind of thinking that I'd be able to talk long enough to keep it going, and it is horrible. I think I'm going to have to hire somebody to sit in front of me so I can talk to them and make it look like I'm talking to the camera.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
I definitely appreciate it.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, that's what I love about, Paranormal Unity is, we can just sit and relax and have fun and, talk shop and swap stories, swap theories, swap, everything. And
you learned that we were going to be Waha.
Yeah, I learned that.
Who you going to call? Waha. I like that. It had a nice ring.
That was cool. Although I would get it confused with Wawa.
Wawa. What's Wawa?
Oh, you need to come down my way. Get yourself into some Wawa. It's a really nice gas station. If you know what Wawa is, start commenting below and tell Scott just what Wawa's about. Wawa's good.
Tell me what to get.
Better version of Sheets. The way I think about it. You're either a Sheets person or a Wawa person. I'm a Wawa guy.
Not a Sheets person, so they got that much going for them.
Well, there you go. Now you need to find yourself a Wawa.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to try to look into, but with goose? With a goose?
It's their logo.
Oh, I'm like, they're cooking goose there? I never ate goose. I've ate moose.
Nothing moose.
Ostrich and okay. Anyways, but eventually I'd like to have a phone number where people call in. They'll scroll across the bottom or something. Maybe Casey will come on and tell me about her three ghosts, Moxie, Izzy, Faye, not necessarily in those orders. Call in and do that kind of stuff, and kind of. I also, and if you're part of a team or whatnot and want to be a guest like Matt has been, message me or whatnot and see if we could get something worked out. Especially if you're from other countries. I mean, I spoke to a lot of people here in the States, but nobody really abroad. Now, if I had somebody I'd like to interview from celebrity status, I don't know. I really like Grant Wilson. He seems to be a really laid-back, mellow fellow. Dave Tango seems pretty nice.
I think Tango would be fun. Steve.
Now, got Ryder in here. Now, the ghost tell me who you want to call. But now it was Dave, I believe, that actually followed us on Twitter, which was pretty cool. Or no, Facebook.
Okay.
Has he ever been to my page? Maybe the one time. Hey, I'm liking this just for the fun of it. Dave, if you're watching this now, you rock. Message, let me know you watch. Subscribe and follow. Oh, pointing to your name. I don't know, man. But
we'll get. You're over here.
Yeah, but where did he go? But out of people I'd like to interview, out of celebrities, paranormal, the Ghost Brothers crew, that would be a blast. I can imagine. Dan Aykroyd would be. He's not got a team, but he's really big into the paranormal field. Actually, his parents or his grandparents got him into the whole paranormal, and that's why he ended up doing Ghostbusters.
I would like to do that whole cast of Ghostbusters just to kind of get each and all their individual thoughts.
I have actually got my business card for W.A.S.P. into the hands of Dan Aykroyd.
Nice.
He actually looked at it and tucked it into his pocket. So that's neat.
That's cool.
So, Dan, I'm waiting for your call. Oh, I'm sorry, too formal. Mr. Aykroyd. But
if you need help getting a hold of Scott, feel free to find me on Facebook.
Go through my agent, a one-person agent.
There you go.
But you're still a newbie. There you go, Matt. You talked about showing and teaching more people.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more informative training, like videos on my Facebook and YouTube page. Mainly come spring and summer, where it's a little bit warmer, and I can get out and actually investigate. It'll be basically one-on-one. I do offer tours and classes as well, so you can actually come out to the field with me.
Now, for those of you that are on a team that's somewhere near central Pennsylvania,
Shamokin area.
This young lady here is looking to go on more public cases and such. There you go.
She's a good one.
But now we are talking about possibly in the Warren County area doing a paranormal convention of some sort again. Me and Matt's talking about it. So if you're a part of a paranormal team and is interested in being in the Warren County area for, I'm assuming somewhere this summer, get us your contact information. And if you want a table, booth, 10 by 10, and that way we have a list of teams and such that we can start building off of. And if you know a team that you'd like to attend such an event, share this video or our information with them on their Facebook page or whatnot, and they can get a hold of us.
Or even in the central PA area too. We could all carpool up because whenever this event does happen, you can bet I'm going to be there. So we can all carpool, meet up along the way. So if you're in, Northwest PA or Central PA or anywhere close by, let us know.
Feel free to tag any celebrity that you want, paranormal or otherwise. I know it's not Lady Gaga. Forget. Bring her along too. You surprised I knew that person?
That's what we do.
But yeah, if you could get the information out, the more teams we get, the more this grows. The more it grows, the more likely we'll do it in continuous years. Hopefully, about the time we get it planned out, this whole COVID stuff will be a little better off, and it won't be that big of a deal.
Well, brother, I hate to cut this short.
I don't think it's short.
But I'm going to get out of here. I still need to eat and shower. And
oh, boy, I kept you from dinner?
Well, it's right next to me, so.
I'm sure it's nice and warm. Is that from Wawa? Huawei? Wee Wee?
No, actually, Giant. Got it from the grocery store.
What is it?
It's called Giant. It's just a grocery store.
Giant Eagle?
No, it's just Giant.
Just Giant.
Just Giant.
What happened to Eagle?
It flew away.
But yeah, I really appreciate you jumping on and
glad to be here. Glad to have me.
I'm thinking that we'll definitely keep growing stuff and possibly get this paranormal event, which we'll try to do live. There's a nice location that Steph keeps bringing up called Wildcat Park. It's a beautiful park. It's beautiful. You should be able to find it on Facebook or something. Wildcat Park, and you probably can find it under Sheffield, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure what county it is, but it's a wonderful place. Plenty of room, plenty of ability to do the social distancing and such. So then I mean, should be able to have good 20, 40 teams there without thinking twice.
I actually found it.
Nice.
Looks like it's east of Sheffield.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Wonderful site. But
yeah, it looks nice. Yeah, hold on. There's some photos here.
yeah, the whole park's that way. That's just a small section of it. It's like wooded, and it's just a really nice place.
There's your eagle.
Came up here.
Right.
So I really appreciate you jumping on, Matt.
Anytime, Scott. Glad to help, brother.
Maybe we'll be back on tomorrow. This might have been enough to kill us for the weekend. We'll figure it out.
Well, anybody interested, I'll be going live tomorrow night on my page. I'll probably end up being on YouTube, but I'll share it on my Facebook. Yeah, but I have some things I'm going to be talking about on my page tomorrow. So,
and they can find your page how?
Well, it's real easy. Over here again. There we go. Just go on Facebook and type in Paranormal Consultant. Gotta go this way. Just look Paranormal Consultant. You'll see this ugly face staring at you. But you can find me on there.
Definitely. Feel free when you get a chance to share the links on the post too. That'll help people find you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch the video see if I can find any activity for that green screen. That was just kind of freaky. It really sounded like something pushed on it behind me.
It did look cool though. It looked really cool.
It was $10 of fabric from Walmart and some freaking Velcro strips. So green screen was fun while it lasted. I mean, it's still here. I could still. Oh no, I turned it off. That's right. You just see. But so all right, man. Enjoy your dinner. Take a shower. I can smell you from here.
Yeah, I know. You can see the steam. That's not vapor. That's me.
I notice your significant other hasn't been cuddling up to you. Oh, she's gonna love you for that. But,
and this is where I get bit again.
Right, no doubt. All right, Matt. Thanks a lot.
All right, brother. We'll catch you later.
Next, use Space Rig to stream as planned. No doubt. All right, Matt. You have a good night.
You too, brother. Have a good night. See you, everybody.
Okay, guys. I appreciate you joining me in this stream. Lot longer than planned, though we did have fun. Casey, I really appreciate you hanging out with us and interacting. Everybody that's been here the whole time and on Twitch and YouTube and all that, this has been an awesome experience. Being able to stream to so many people it was just awesome. I'm gonna have to review the video and see if something knocked that down or if it was just coincidence. We really didn't get to discuss who we are so much, and that's because I'm not very comfortable in front of the camera quite yet to just sit down and talk. We are definitely available for investigations and such. We do that. This is not just a radio vlog, as they call it. We do investigations. As weather gets better, you'll see me more out and about outside doing stuff. And when I can, I'll do live broadcasts of that. So it's going to be a mix between the shows like this and investigations. So hopefully you'll stay tuned and subscribe for that kind of stuff. If you're still here, click like. That definitely helps the channels out tremendously. If you are part of a paranormal team or have some kind of paranormal experiences you want to talk to, message me. Let's see if we can get you on to have talks with me, chats with me, and I could have multiple people on. So if you got multiple people from your group that wants to be on, and we could kind of socialize and talk about paranormal and not so much about the other fun things that we chatted about tonight, that would be awesome. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this Friday night. I'm going to sign off, and thank you, Facebook, for allowing us to have a platform there, and YouTube, and very happy to have Twitch for the first time. And with that, folks, you have a great night, and I'll see you soon. I think if I could get it done.